All right. Welcome. How you doing? We are on episode 10. We made it. We made it to 10, y'all. We're in the double digits. That's the big league. Oh yeah. You know what's next? 11, 12, etc. It's going to go crazy. All right. It's August 15th. It's Sunday. It's like 94 degrees right now and super smoky. Um, Still smoky as hell here. We got some actual apocalyptic fucking climate change type of sci-fi movie scenario going on here every summer lately. It sucks. It's smoky and hot and your fucking throat's always dry. It feels like you can't think. All right. What did we do? What did we do this week? Dude, I had a shitty ass week. I tell you what. So, um, I went to Seattle, which already was not my favorite place by any stretch of the imagination. I'd been there before, and I remember I hated it the first time I went there, and I didn't really like it the second and third time I went there also. Um, and this time was no different. Within an hour of me being there, I took the train from the airport to downtown. Some fucking green-haired Burning Man witch told me to close my legs because I was man-spacing in a cart of the train that only had like 4 people sitting in it. And, which by the way, that is just, if you want to be taken seriously, like, maybe don't dress like fucking Rufio all the time. I don't know. Or do. I don't give a shit. I should take you serious. Like, I was starting to feel crazy actually because I got super pissed off at this chick and like immediately wanted to start arguing. But also at the same time was just like listening to a podcast and was just like, I'm in a foreign place. Maybe I'm crazy, you know, I'm from fucking Nevada. We're a little more rootin' tootin' over here, so I'm probably just, I need to check myself, you know, check whatever. And, I was super pissed. That was really hard to like let go. And then I got off the train and I was walking around. I was on like First Street, and probably within like 5 minutes of me walking around, this like older black lady walks up to me, like straight at me, and just goes, "Out of the way, faggot." I don't know. It super reminded me of that David Cross joke, but it was so blunt and just like dead tone, just like murmur. And that was when I stopped feeling crazy too, because I was kind of tripping on myself, thinking that I was really out of touch. But as soon as two crazy things happened to me within like a half hour, it was, I don't know, I felt more at home or something. Anywho, walked around and I got a fucking $22 hamburger that tasted like pizza. And it was not big. It was like the size of an In-N-Out burger. Uh, pretty, pretty lame. But I was hella hungry. I just needed to eat something. That was like the first place open. And I was tired too because I walked from the train through all of downtown. I walked all the way to like the Space Needle. I did everything that first day. It was stupid. I remember I put my Strava on like halfway through the day and I got up to like 12 miles. So I'm pretty sure I walked like at least like 16 or 17 miles. Um, the fucking hotel was like at the top of Summit Street too, which is like no matter what direction you're in that town, it's like at the top of a hill. So you always got to go up this like super steep, like San Francisco style steep hill. And I don't know, my legs were just tore up after that first day already. I had just like barely eaten anything and then walked way too much the whole day. Walked through all the fish people, walked through all the sleepy coffee people. Fucking didn't get one drop of sunlight on me the whole time. And then had to go pick up my girlfriend from the airport because that was the whole thing is we were going to Seattle to go on a little mini vacation because she was coming home from Tennessee. And like went back to the airport, picked her up. We went to the hotel. Everything seemed kind of cool, but we also weren't really like talking or anything, and like would do like separate things on the trip. I don't know. It was just weird. It was like distant the whole time. We were like one word answering each other. Um, and then on the last day, we were on the other side of town when we realized we were supposed to be out of our hotel room already. And then we got out of our hotel room and had like 7 hours to kill before we had to go on our plane. And I was just fucking over it. I was like, let's just go sit at the airport. I don't want to carry luggage around downtown Seattle and buy fucking crab cakes and shit. It's fucking stupid. Let's just get out of here. So we went to the airport. We sat there for a while. It actually went by really quick. I remember thinking that went by a lot faster than I thought it was gonna. And I got a dope seat on the airplane. I ended up getting like a whole row to myself, which was cool. That's the first time that's ever happened to me, like on a busy plane. Uh, and then we got home, said goodbye, and then the next day she came over and she brought all my stuff over and dumped me, which really sucked because I don't know, I just missed her so much and I loved her a lot. Or I still love her. I just, you know what I mean? We'd gone such a long time without seeing each other. I passed on this fucking cool conservation job that I should have took just because it would have meant way more time apart. And I don't know, it like took me by surprise. It sucked hella bad. Or it didn't take me by surprise because I could like sense it in the way we were interacting with each other, but I don't know, it didn't really add up totally. It felt like there was stuff worth fighting for. But I just kind of was like, okay, whatever, I guess. Maybe it's just something I can't control. I feel like I fucked up, but it might be something totally not even on my side too, so I just gotta respect that. And now I'm really depressed, sorta. Or I don't know. I went down like a belt loop on my belt the first couple of days just because I couldn't eat anything. I was so fucking no appetite. It was wild. I would like make food and just like leave it there on the table. It was gross to me. But I don't know. At least it's depression. I'd rather have depression than anxiety because I feel like with depression you kind of know what exactly why you're feeling that way. And I don't know, I've been really depressed before and I feel like I've gotten pretty good at like indulging in it when I feel like I need to or whipping my ass into shape. It usually whips me into shape pretty good, so I feel okay about it, even though it sucks. At least it's like tangible. I did cry at work the other day, but it was only because my manager was just like, "You seem like you're in a bad mood," and then pulled me aside, and I was just like, I don't know. I started talking and just immediately started crying. It sucked. She was so nice too. She just gave me a hug and tried to tell me a story about some similar shit that had happened to her, and just like where I don't know. She was just basically like, "You're fine, don't worry." It was nice because it was really like the first person I had even really talked to about it at all. Like I didn't even really talk to my ex-girlfriend about it when she said it. She basically said we don't communicate well, and that was like the end of the whole conversation. And then just was like, okay, bye. And then yesterday I had fucking a bartender until like 1 in the morning. I didn't fall asleep until 3, and I had to wake up and give her plant back because she needs her plant back. So that was a cool way to wake up. But yeah, that's been my week so far. Sorry to start it off with a big ass bummer like that, but just figured might as well be honest. And yeah, I'm gonna pause it for a second because I feel like shit. All right, Jesus Christ, sorry. Yeah, so I guess what it comes down to is I feel like I wasn't affectionate enough, probably. Um, I wasn't, I didn't communicate enough, and I wasn't ambitious enough. Like I didn't specify any goals or anything, and I don't know. I get that. I I have the same complaints about myself, so yeah, that's my takeaway from that. I guess you just remember the good shit. She's like my best friend, so I got nothing bad to say at all. I just feel like shit. Anywho, I just paid off my phone, which means it'll probably self-destruct in the middle of this recording, because that's the way that these phones fucking work. Is they stay operational for about the amount of time it takes to pay them off. And by the time you paid them off, they're fucking VHS. Oh well. I have broke my last 4 phones. Like it's a trending thing where I will smash my phone in a huge fit of rage because I have absolutely no patience with technology at all. Like I'd rather dig a hole through a rock with a fucking garden shovel than fill out online applications and shit. Seriously. I fucking hate that shit so much. It drives me fucking bonkers. And I'm trying to be better at it. Like I put all these episodes on YouTube finally. I had like bounced around to a couple websites where they host podcast stuff, but like eventually you have to pay, and I don't even really know if I want to show a bunch of people this. I just kind of wanted to record it more because I like the process of doing it. It reminds me of like a journal or something. And so yeah, I'm trying to get better at that shit. I really am. That's a big part of like my patience and my temper and shit like that. And I don't know what the deal is with that, but I wasn't raised with that. I don't have it. It's something I have to like really actively work on in the moment. And I'm trying, okay? I'm fucking trying. I'm giving it a go. So, yeah. I'm gonna break my phone right after this, smash it into a wall, but I'll have it all on YouTube, so it should be fine. No, I'm just kidding. I do eventually want to get like a microphone and sit down at a table or something instead of use my AirPods, because I'm sure that the audio quality is really shitty. Um, and I'm sorry about that. I used to have 2 AirPods and I just lost one, so now I only have the left one, which sucks. But I usually only use one anyways, but I like to switch back and forth. My fucking truck got my truck towed. Oh, gotta pause. There's people coming in. I don't want them to hear me. Oh my God. Jesus. This is a disaster of a 10th episode. It's like 5 p.m. now. Oh boy. This episode sucks. Alright, here we go. What were we talking about? Talking about the tow truck? Yeah. I got my truck towed. The fucking clutch is blown on it, so that's gonna be $900. Uh, which stinks. But, guess I'll have my truck back. This will be like the third time though where I've replaced it, and I probably could have just bought another used vehicle. But whatever, I love that stupid thing. And I'm gonna drive it till it dies. Again. It's just, really demasculating having or demasculating? It doesn't make me feel good to have another dude drive up in a big ass truck and like put my truck on that truck and drive away. It makes you feel like a pussy, super bad. And I'm getting way too familiar with that feeling too. I've had my truck towed probably 10 times in the last 5 years, I bet. And it's lame. Got invited to go hang out with some of my coworkers from the pizza place and some people who used to work there. And it was at this house down the street. And I went down there with my roommate and one of his buddies. And we got there, and it was like in this badass house that I've always wondered about that's down the street. And it turns out it's like the old model dairy building. It's this really cool house. It looks like it's like 200 years old. And I don't know. I usually don't go out and hang out with my roommate when he wants to go hang out with other people, but I've been trying to get out a little bit this week because I've been fucking spiraling a little. And I don't know. I think I got COVID on the plane ride back from Seattle or somewhere in Seattle or something. I was sick for like a week. And I feel like I had all the symptoms. I feel better now. But that really sucked. And I don't know, yeah, I was just like, gotta get out of the house. And went to this party. Or it wasn't really a party, it was just people hanging out in the backyard drinking. And then they ripped down the door from the front of the pizza shop, which was like this uh homemade COVID protection door type of like delivery. So it was just basically a door with a big slot in the middle of it so you could serve pizzas and shit. But they burned that at this little kickback, and it was pretty white trash. Everybody's fucking celebrating burning the COVID door, and I don't know. I had just watched that Woodstock '99 documentary with my buddy, so there was something about being around like a weird trash fire with all these like Burning Man people with their shirts off and shit. Uh, just felt wrong. Felt weird. And then this dude that I'm like talking to, he's one of the guys that lives there. I'm like trying to bro down with him and ask him what the deal is with all the Burning Man stuff in the yard. Cause there's a lot of stuff. There's like a full bar and like lounge area that's all like this upper deck built in wood thing. And then there's like fucking 200 bikes over on the side. And I was just asking questions, and the dude fucking slapped me in the face hella hard and said I was asking too many questions. And I don't know, it was kind of weird, but I kind of played it off cool, and I just leaned into him and I was like, dude, I'm definitely gonna smack you back at some point tonight. And he was like, prove it. And then I hit him right as soon as he said that, and I smacked the shit out of him. I smacked him pretty hard. And, it immediately got weird. Everybody got all silent. And then he was like, okay. And like staring off into space, doing kind of like the fighter stare. And, I put my hands up and was just like, hey, dude, I don't want any trouble. And he tried to hit me again. And I blocked that swing at me, and I think it hit my buddy a little bit, but had to like walk away from the dude, and I was just like, I'm not getting into a fucking fight. This is crazy. And I don't know. He tried to like heckle me a little bit more through the night, but it was fine. It was all fine. I'm glad I slapped him back. If I didn't, I'd feel like such a fucking wimp after the end of that night, because it was just, I don't know, it just sucked. It was no good. Then they ended up going to bed before us, so we just kind of sat there for a while and left. And I don't know, it got kind of Woodstock 99-y almost a little bit. It was weird. And that's like the second time I've hung out with that group of people. And one of the dudes in the group has thought it was like okay to fucking put his hands on me. So I think that I am just gonna have to stop hanging out with those dudes. I don't know. Too much of a 90s vibe, like a titty decade vibe. Like, because that was the decade of the titty. We had Girls Gone Wild, fucking Baywatch, Playboy, all that shit. Fucking, and it all started off in 1990 when fucking Total Recall came out, and there was the chick with the three titties. Think about it. Um, yeah. Decade of the titty, dude. Blame it on Paul Verhoeven. Alright, what else are we gonna talk about? I heard one of my close friends got like pulled out of work and sidelined by some fucking dudes that we all used to be pretty close friends, I guess. But, my one friend, he's my best friend, and I'm not gonna say anybody's name right now, but, he got like pulled aside by all these fucking turds who are supposedly hella cool, understanding people, and they were just like pulled him out aside from his job while it was hella busy, and were like, how come you're not vaccinated, man? Like, what's the deal? You should do that. And just like, I don't know, put a weird pressure on him. It like, the way he explained it to me, he was like afraid to lose his job too. And, I don't know, it just felt like a weird, like, soft doxing. Like the way a total pussy would go about it, just like one little baby step at a time, and keep making you the bad guy. And like their whole thing is that with the restrictions and everything coming back for lockdowns and stuff, that it's like people like his fault because everybody else got vaccinated. And if everybody would have done that, then it wouldn't be like that. But that's just not true. I don't think. I mean, I'm super far from being an expert, but I definitely would never go tell other people how to be about this, but I'm just pretty sure that there's like whole countries with different strains of the virus already that are like immune to that vaccine anyways, and they're already ripping through America. So it's like, I don't know. the only thing I actually trust is like people who got it and then have the antibodies. That's kind of like, that's where I hope I'm at right now, because that would be dope. Like, like my favorite comedian, Tim Dillon, that dude just got COVID and he was vaccinated. So it's like these fucking ding dongs who are running around my town trying to like tell other people what to do. And by the way, these people don't work jobs that are actual hard jobs or anything, or service industry or anything like that. But they sure as shit like to take advantage of it all. And I don't know, it's so fucking like they're being like cops. It's very it's it's funny because all these people, in my opinion, are like fairly unhealthy or have like habits of being really unhealthy always, or like we're really into drug use and all this shit, or just big chunky tubs of shit. Uh, like one of them is a dude I've known forever who's just like fucking sick all the time and goes everywhere. Will always go to a show, would always do everything, hang out in the living room, no matter how fucking sick he was. And now all of a sudden cares so much about my other buddy that he wants to fucking like control his decision on whether or not to get this fucking treatment for COVID, which isn't a vaccine or it would work. It's, or I don't know anything about lingo, but it just seems like if it was a vaccine, it would just work. So maybe that's not what it is yet. Yeah, it seems. I don't know. And then all these people that are copping my dude, they're also people who have always been like weird uh, cops, anyways. Like they always sought out a little bit of authority wherever they could find it, and like I don't know, spend way too much time with kids all the time too for a bunch of people who don't have kids or seem to like them at all. Um, it's like a weird thing where it's like everything they do revolves around an all ages environment. And I know I've already bitched about the Holland Project, and these are like totally those kids, honestly. That's exactly who I'm talking about. It's fucking, I don't know, seems a little pedo-y to me, but that's just the way it looks from the outside, I guess. Um, and like, I don't know, these people who've got like so much shit to say about whether or not you need to be vaccinated, it's like they're the same people that can't have a fucking conversation about 9/11. Fucking, I don't know. It's like having been wrong about so many things, it's like you'd think they'd stop trying to like be in control of this situation because it's pretty clear that you just can't be, I feel like. And I don't know. Like when you're wrong about like the mask thing, the vaccination thing, fucking the politicizing of it all so that it's like a polar opposite fucking divisive thing about your politics and who you are as a person, fucking pulling my friend out of work and like making him feel uncomfortable and like doxing people almost. I don't know. It's like, dude, you're wrong a lot of the time actually about these things if you go just back and look at them all and see where it got you. It's like even if on paper if everyone would have followed those rules it would have worked, it's like you still picked the wrong option. Like you still played it wrong. So maybe just, be the change in the world that you want to see, instead of being a fucking loser and a cunt. Uh, it's a lot, like it reminds me of somebody who's like a super big foodie and presumes to know a bunch about how everything should be on a plate and like criticize everything like shit, and then it's like then that person can't cook. And I'm not saying a person that can't cook can't know a bunch about food, but it's like you don't actually understand what you're talking about. You just understand how to eat it. You don't understand how to make it. You don't understand the process. And so I just don't think you should listen to people like that. You should listen to the chef. It's like, yeah, I don't know, it's irritating. You're watching all these fucking, they're all really liberal kids too, but it seems like they're trying to like join ROTC in their 30s or something all of a sudden, but in a like 1984 way where they can still dress like children. Hmm. I don't know. Just, I don't, doesn't seem like you get it. Especially if you're out there telling people what to do. I hella hope one of you hears this. Like, just really, really, from my perspective, does not seem like you get it at all. You're the fucking, you're the foodie who doesn't know how to cook. And you think fucking expensive things and fancy things are the same thing. When, fuck it, man. If you think about it, fancy just means really inconvenient for somebody else and probably a lot of trash. So, fuck off. You all should move up to Seattle and be all tired and gaunt all day and fucking greasy like the rest of those fucks up there. They'd love to fucking argue with you and run around like a chicken with your head cut off, pretending like you're making any difference at all, while you're actually fucking surrounded by successful capitalism the whole fucking time and refusing to fucking get on board, or you're like always half on board too, because you are about money, but your whole thing is like, but don't be about money, but be about money. And it's like, I don't know, it's all those half lies that is the reason why it's like you're not the one to be out telling people, like, you're not honest. The people you the dude, because it didn't just happen to my buddy too. He told me that it happened to two or three other dudes, and it's just funny if you look at the people who are doing the tattletaling and the people who are doing the crime, I guess, of not being vaccinated. It's like the fucking criminals are the fucking have been the trendsetters in our group of friends for like over 10 years. Easy. It's like all these people I'm talking about that are going around being cops 3 years ago would have followed any one of these dudes off the fucking cliff. Just if he was like, check this band, fucking get into this, check out this conspiracy theory, you know what I mean? Like, you all loosely based so much of your success and fucking character in this town around these people that you're trying to destroy all of a sudden. It's just so telling because it's like these people, the people that I'm talking about who are the fucking quote unquote criminals in this metaphor, fucking, they've always been people who thought for themselves. Like they didn't have to come to you and have to regurgitate some bullshit they learned in school ever. They were always the ones who learned the fucking game before everyone knew that was the game. They fucking have always called balls and strikes and have consistently fought for themselves. And that's across the board too. Like their consistency compared to your consistency is fucking awesome. So you should really take a hard look at that before you go around telling those people how to be actually. Like take a look at all your little transformations. And I'm not saying don't grow and stay exactly the same person. I'm just saying these people have always remained sharp and at the head of everything, while y'all have always remained in the soft center, fucking saying whatever it is you can say to let everybody else know that you said the right thing. And you're the same fucking people that can't talk of 9/11, baby. So fuck off. Fuck you. Fuck the CIA. Fuck Mossad. Fuck whoever killed JFK. Fucking fuck bullies, fuck assholes, and fuck pussies.